Tom Garvin. Bill Anglin.
Here.
Jack Baker. Julia Coates. Here. Jody Fishingham. Meredith Fraley. Janelle Fulbright. Frankie Hargis. Chuck Huston Jr.
Here.
Hannah Glory Gordon.
Present.
Lee Keener.
On me.
Dick Lay. Curtis Snell.
Here.
David Thornton.
Present.
David Walkingstick.
On me.
Kara Cowan Watts.
Honey.
We do have a
Approval of minutes. This time I entertain a
So
motion. Motion.
Second.
Second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, ayes have it.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, ma'am.
I just wanted to, I've been asked by Councilor Fraley to let the body and the audience know that she is unable to be here today because she had eye surgery last Thursday, and this was to have been her last day, and she just wanted to explain why it is that she's unable to attend today. So I just wanted to state that and to acknowledge her service for all of these years before we get started today. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
Yes, Councilor Byrd, we need to have her in our prayers, and
Mr. Hargis.
yes.
Okay.
So,
Okay, at this time, we'll move to reports. You have them in your packet. Ms. Diane Kelly.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and members of the committee. I was afraid this was going to be too tall. I was sitting back there and it looked real tall to me. Daryl Legg wanted me to say thank you to all of you for the carryover funds. He said to let you know that he has a total of 157 vocational clients that he has obligated the funds for with the carryover dollars that you all appropriated, and that 70% of that 157 are going into health-related fields, with a lot going into surge tech, CNAs, LPNs, and RNs. And the other areas of training that he wanted to mention was welders and truck driving, although there's other vocations, but this is where the majority of the slots went. And that he had 60 already obligated, so it gave him a total of 217. And he just wanted to say a big thank you, and he knows that the clients appreciate that. Investing with manufacturing, this past week, Chief Baker and I had the opportunity to meet with Don Berger, who is the Vice President of Mid-America, who's actually retiring, and he was giving us an example of some of the manufacturing jobs that are out there. Machinist and electrical maintenance and welding are the three areas that any of the manufacturing jobs would actually obtain to pick up, and they're good paying jobs with 19 plus dollars an hour. And he told us that we're trying to work with Mulgee State Tech. They have placed their machine shop. It's going to be there in the industrial park, and it's going to be in closer proximity rather than going to Mulgee for a lot of our machinists. So we're going to be working with OSU to try to get some people in fast track training. And that's what we're looking at, is for them to go in and do fast track training so they wouldn't have to go a year or 2 years. And then they could actually do their apprenticeship under a licensed machinist or licensed electrician, and they could actually get their foot in the door with some of these manufacturing areas. So we're working on that right now, and I just wanted to share that with you. GED will start back in full swing in September, although they still have some students, but they'll actually be recruiting for the 2014 year. Talking Blues graduation is next Friday. Lieutenant Governor Todd Lamb is our keynote speaker, and I wanted to say thanks to Leroy Qualls and his staff. They're allowing us to use their gymnasium for our graduation. We finally got our DOL funds, and our gym floor is being tore up, and it will be replaced with a nice wood floor, kind of like the one we've got up at Sequoia. So we're really looking forward to that. And we will be working on developing some more specialized training for C&B and culinary. We have a job fair scheduled August the 21st. And we're also working with the transit system and transporting some of our day work training people from this area and up around Mays County up to the Hard Rock. So I just wanted to share that with you. So we're real busy.
Any questions for Diane? Good report, Diane.
Thank you.
Executive Director's report. I think we have Miss Lisa Turtle with us today.
Good afternoon.
I'm here for Dr. Gloria Sly. She's on annual leave vacation with her grandkids. I know the report's been submitted, so if I can answer any questions for you, I will sure try my best.
Question?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Lisa, thanks for being here today. On the online system, is there a way, we've gotten feedback about that you can't save, that you have to finish it in one section or you're kicked out or you have to start over? I don't know if that's correct. I haven't tried it myself. But if that's the case, can we see if there's a way on the online system that they can finish it in pieces and save it rather than having to do it in one session?
And that'll be a question for Mandy.
Okay.
Board Resources.
Very good.
I'll be
Thank
back
you
with
very much. If you'll let me know by email by the end of the week, that would be appreciated.
Any other questions? Thank you very much, Lisa.
I was just going to announce that we've been assisting NSU in a collaboration with a play that's upcoming regarding Nancy Ward, and there's going to be a special school performance on Thursday, August 29th at 10 a.m. And so we've done a mass email out to our schools to get the word out. It's free admission, but they must make a reservation to attend.
That would be the 29th?
Yes, Thursday.
For the what school?
For schools. They're targeting high school
Okay.
age grade because it's a 2-hour play.
And where will this be?
NSU Center for Performing Arts.
Okay. You did good. And that was also, you're going to do the Head Start as well? Okay.
Verna asked me to stand in for her. She's doing a staff training in preparation for the students to arrive next Monday, August 19th. So if you have any questions for Head Start, I'll be happy to give them back to Verna.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sequoia High School Superintendent, Mr. Leroy Qualls.
Thank you and good afternoon. You've got a report. We started back to school on the 8th with our students, which was last Thursday. Teachers reported on Monday. 390 students or so right now at the high school. We've got 122 students in the dorm now, which is double what we started with last year. It was 61 the first day of school. We've added one 8th grade class to our elementary. There was 25 7th graders turned away last year, so we've created another class, and we've got a total of 38 students instead of 20. And our elementary total this year is 144. It's up from 120 last year. We're going to start a school clothing bus, which our school-based specialist will be monitoring and beginning. Haven't had one at Sequoia, as far as I know, before. Help some of our underprivileged students. At the next meeting, I may have my principal come and go over the curriculum offerings. Our curriculum, I feel like, is much improved this year. We're also expanding our curriculum next year into a vocational agricultural program, which this year we have around $40,000 to spend toward a facility to help begin a VOAG program. Our facilities have been the facilities team did a really good job this summer of getting everything up to grade, and they always have, to be honest with you. And we look forward to having our inauguration from Tribal Council this coming Wednesday at our place. New teachers in math. One, Mr. Dan Foster, and in the Princeton Review class, Miss Sandra Downing. New scholarships teacher, Miss Sarah Barnett, who's a former counselor with NSU and OSU. And girls basketball, of course, is Larry Callison. I mentioned that last time. We have had a BIE backlog that we've got kind of reactivated. We're looking for improvements on the school campus. A total of that, and I didn't put that in there, would be around $1.9 million, with about $600,000 or more going toward a football field renovation. Dorm furniture, CNE has graciously give us some of their surplus, and I had a managers meeting this morning, and the dorms have cleaned a lot of that up. It's much appreciated. There's pieces of furniture in those dorms that have been there for no telling how long, and they're going to be able to just trash some of it, to be honest with you. And they're very excited about getting some new items in both boys and girls dorms, plus the honors dorm also. And Sequoia Schools was fully accredited by the Oklahoma State Department of Education with no deficiencies for this past year. And what's not on there, I'll announce, and I think we had our athletic schedule sent down, but if you don't have one, we have one football scrimmage, and it's August the 22nd. There will be an inter-squad scrimmage against each other. Part of the sanctions that come down last year, we cannot scrimmage against another school before our first ball game. And we've got home fast pitch and volleyball games starting tomorrow. So it's all upon us. There's a volleyball tournament this weekend. It starts Friday afternoon at the place where we play. First home football game is September 6th against Okina at home. And that completes my report unless there are questions.
Councilor Walkenstead?
Mr. Qualls, I just remember back in 98, 97, when we came to Sequoia, that you came into a place that was pretty rough, but the time whenever you left out there, I know the morale was really up, and the kids they had a winner mentality, and I know you came into the same atmosphere. You know, there was low morale, and just hearing teachers really talk about the school and the administration and leadership, it's, you know, it's like, well, he's back. You know, Qualls is back, and you always kind of go by that motto, is that leave it better than the way you found it. And I'm really looking forward to what you're going to do there at Sequoia, and I'm already hearing good things from the teachers with your open door policy, and so anyways, just keep up the great work.
Thank you. I do feel that morale is good, and we're very excited about this school year, all of us as a team.
Councilor Watt?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you very much for your report. Could you explain more about the clothing bus?
We'll probably have to do something in the dorm, I'm thinking, because we're going to need a place to store that. At Tahlequah, we started one years back, and we had a bus lock that we could lock it up in, and we don't have a place to lock it up. So that concerns me a little bit.
So will it be a place where you take donations and you
Yes,
kind of
ma'am.
keep a locker of clothes for folks to choose from?
Yes, ma'am.
Will you be issuing a release? Because folks will want to know how to contribute.
We'll get a release out when it's time. I think our school bus specialist has already got a couple of obligations for donations for new clothing.
Okay.
We will not have any old clothing included in our school bus.
Okay. And then the next, can I get a schedule for the debate team and some of the other activities, not just sports, but
Yes,
our
ma'am.
other? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And you'll email that to us?
Sure.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Just a couple of notes. What do you attribute you said you double your students in the dorm this year. What was the reason for that?
I think our students can really maybe tell that we care. I feel like the kids are happier. I can't give a reason why, but I'm excited about getting all the furnishings for the dorms to help make it a more pleasant place to live. That was one drawback in the past, but we didn't get that in until Friday.
I know just here recently the dorms were not, I didn't feel like they were up to par when I took a tour a little over a year ago.
We're not.
And now it seems
First
like you're
admit.
taking steps towards that. Well, that's good news, because the more students you have on campus, actually the better off your school is.
Well, I agree, and we have some after-school things planned and some things planned on serving our kids in the evenings in the dorms.
And you have 390 students, what's capacity?
We could probably squeeze in over for 4, but we're working on shifting some classes, such as the drama class that you saw in the report that is now in the old superintendent's office. Hopefully next year we can get into maybe the Jack Brown Center. We're trying to create more space for students. We can't get increased BIE funding until we have more students, so it's a catch-22. We don't have much space to add students, and we can't get any more BIE funding because we don't have more students. You have to increase the student population to be able to do that.
Anything else? It's good to see that you're going to work with the Princeton Review ACT Prep.
We're excited about that.
Yes, I am too as well. So anyway, good report. If there are any more questions, we'll let Mr. Qualls go back to work.
Hey, who did you guys hire for Miss Smith's position? I guess the Smith
Miss Sarah Barnett
Sarah
Flores.
Flores. Where's she come from?
She was currently at NSU, and previous to this past year, she was at OSU as a counselor.
Okay. Good.
So she's got good experience. I remember her from the Indian Ed days at NSU before she went to OSU to get a full-time position. She was a student advocate and helping Native American students, so
Got some big shoes to fill.
she sure does.
Yeah.
Councilor Garvin?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. With these extra students, Mr. Qualls, is that going to create a problem in the cafeteria? Getting them all fed?
Yes, we're making it. We're just right on the edge, if you would, being able to serve all the kids, and we're still trying to serve Jack Brown kids also. Right now, we're okay, but our freshman and sophomore classes are pretty large, and if we continue to get that and we lose less seniors, we'll be increasing every year.
I know when I was there, the food was excellent. I assume it's still
Still really good.
really good.
You
Okay.
guys are invited to come by sometime and have lunch, any of it, all of it.
Thank you, Mr. Qualls. Now we have Mr. Jason Denny, Cherokee Nation Foundation, our acting director that's doing a fine job.
Thank you, everybody. Very nice to be here. It's an honor to be here to give basically my first report to all of you, so thank you very much. To get you guys up to par with what we've been doing is, I kind of want to give you guys an overview of where we've been at, what we're focusing on. And what we're looking at is, our program highlights have to do with a 5-step plan to bachelor degrees is what we're looking at. And in that program, we're looking at, I want to break down that, we look at our basis points, motivation is junior achievement. That's one of our main programs that operates through the Cherokee Nation Foundation. We then move on to the preparation area, which has to do with Cherokee Scholars, ACT Prep course, Cherokee Study Abroad. But what we look at as our main marketing component is our CCPI program, which is the Cherokee College Prep Institute. That program we just kind of evaluated and did at the University of Arkansas, and we had very successful results. And we hope that you guys get a chance to take a look at our website, take a look at how well it did. We actually received national recognition through NPR, which is really great. We're very proud of that. And now we also look at our fifth part. We look at funding, which is our Cherokee Nation Foundation scholarships. We do our Cherokee College, we like to work with the Cherokee Nation College Resource Center. And we also deal with working with outside scholarships as well. And the final part of our focus fund is we look at our ongoing support. There's academic and scholarship counseling, and we enjoy tracking the data. That's kind of an important part of what we're really looking at here with this funnel. In tracking the data, it's imperative that we have good, sustainable numbers to work with each of the divisions of the Cherokee Nation. That's what's really important now, is that we're able to work together. And looking at our accomplishments for this last, from 2011 to 2013, we had a direct impact on 2,037 students and an indirect impact on 9,000 students. What I went ahead and did is I ran reports from junior achievement, and I actually have them with me. I thought you guys might like to see those, kind of verify the numbers that we've been doing. So this report right here on the last page is item 1, and you guys can go through and check those out. Now, those numbers right there from 2011 to 2013 have to do with just the accounting numbers that we've done. We've actually had a much longer relationship with Junior Achievement, and it's this relationship with the Cherokee Nation Business and Cherokee Nation Foundation. So it's gone on for years. We also have, as far as our accomplishments went, as far as Cherokee Scholars go, we had 12 awards there. With our ACT prep course, we're currently in 9 campuses and 158 students have been served. With our Cherokee Study Abroad, I'm happy to say that we helped 14 Cherokee citizens that were at-large citizens. And we actually had a nice outreach. We actually covered states in Arizona, Arkansas, California, New Mexico, and Oklahoma. And of course, Texas as well. This is kind of important because we like to make sure we are always keeping at-large citizens as part of our focus group, as well as the citizens here within the 14 campus. With the Cherokee College Prep Institute, we actually served 83 students, and we had 14 university partners. And this included Yale, Stanford, University of Illinois. It was fantastic. The turnout was amazing. And I loved our speakers. Our speakers did an amazing job, and those kids were really motivated. It's kind of a neat thing to see, and we're hoping that in the future we can get more of the council members to attend. I'd really love to see all of you guys there, because this has to do with, you will see the change in the student going through this program. When they're there, and they actually get very motivated by having council members there as well. It's a big step for them. But to see the people that are actually their voices for the communities, there to support them, that's even more important to them, because it's really a powerful motivator. Looking forward, we had 38 scholarships awarded, and the endowment of the University of Tulsa. Tyler Hudson was a recipient of that, and he was also part of the Cherokee, the study abroad program last year, and it was really an honor that he went through and he got his language component done, and he also got his history component done, which was crucial in his application process, I believe, to TU. He's a great young man. We really wish him well. That's what I want to let him know. Just to let all of you know, we will be having, we're going to have a press release right around September the 1st of a list of all the scholarship recipients, just so you guys know. So there will be a list and who was awarded what scholarship. Okay? Our future plans and initiatives. We're looking at our 2013-14 model for junior achievement is increase the number of participating schools in the junior achievement programs to 25. This last year we did 16 programs, and we have worked with a total of 20 schools actually. Yes.
Sorry to interrupt you.
Did you say you had a handout?
I've actually started out on this side is what I've done.
Wait, let's just have one of the girls make a copy for everybody.
Okay.
Yeah.
In the future, since this was kind of my first meeting, I'll know to make copies for everybody. Sorry about that. So, we also want to increase our volunteer base by 35%. That's approximately 40 people in getting ready for this next new year is what it is. So right now we're at about 102, and we would like to get that up to about 150 actually. And that's actually a strong part of working with C and B. That's a big part of what we like to do. The other part though here is the new part. I think what is important is that I start getting to hear the voice of the different districts. We currently work off like the statistical model data is where we look at the highest percentage of Cherokee Indians and work with those students in those schools. But the difference here is I would like to start working with all the council members for each of your districts. One of the things I'm looking at is while we go after the highest percentage of Native Americans in certain schools, we're not paying attention to all of the districts. And I think that's kind of important that we start working with all of the districts. I don't want to leave any district out. That's like leaving part of the Cherokee people out. It's not fair. And so I want to make sure that we have a chance to all work together, and I would like to have the opportunity to get together with each of you and work with you and your districts if that's possible. We're looking at our ACT prep course. There was a mistake in our handout. It said 3 campuses. On yours, it should be 5 campuses because we will be going into a total of 14 campuses. So please change the 3 to a 5 in your paper.
You know, I want to interrupt you, but you're talking about working with all the schools and the districts. When Dr. Morton was giving a report earlier, he said 35 schools that we were serving receive 80% of the funding. That's one thing that I insinuated to him. This will create a better relationship with those schools in the tribe because the funding is coming from us 80%. You said work with all the districts. Well, you know, that's the intent all along. But once we start getting those school systems to understand that their source of revenue comes from us, but we just want a little cooperation from them and utilize our training. So we're all headed on the same page there.
I'm very, very glad to hear that. I'm just excited because I really have been wanting to work with all the tribal council members. I think it's really important that we do work with every single district, and not just statistical model data that we've been given so far at the foundation. Is if we start separating ourselves out into the different districts and working with each of those council members, I think that empowers the students that much more to have your guys' involvement. But when I say that we work together there, I actually want each of you guys involved in appearing at a Junior Achievement JA in a Day program to actually show up. Each council member, each district, choose a school. You guys show up that day and show the kids what it's like to become successful. To give them, you know, they get to hear about their parents voting for certain people, about how you guys are their voice. But I think it's important that that voice come back to that school, and you guys can go and share your guys' knowledge and experience with them as well. I think that's an incredible opportunity for you guys to give back in a way that you'll find is very, very rewarding. Because when you see the smiles on those kids' faces, and when they finally get some things, or when they kind of get it, you know, it's really quite neat. And I hope that you all get a chance to share that experience. I really do.
Thank you very much. Any questions for, yes, Councilor Watts?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I was trying to figure out, is Cherokee Scholars still the early sign-up where they commit? And thanks for the report, Jason.
Sure thing.
Details are always good. Is that the early commitment college prep curriculum, and then they get committed to extra scholarship, or is that still exist, or no? Or?
Well, I wish I had all the details on that. I'll get you
Okay.
the exact answer, because that's actually Heather Sourjob's program.
Okay.
And, so my understanding of it is this. We have the 12 original awardees is what it is, and we're working with them. And so that...
So it won't continue to expand at this point?
At this point, it doesn't look like it. I don't want to say too much on that, because, again, I would have to talk to Heather more about that to give you guys the direct and proper answer. And then also, that may be a question more from the board as well now. Because we need to see if you want to expand that program or keep it right where it's at.
Would you keep me posted on that?
I would be glad to. Let me just write a
And then the other thing is to, it came up earlier on education, on the online application process in Cherokee Nation Foundation, could you guys make a note to make sure that it's clear that when they fill out that application, that's not for the tribal government scholarship?
I think we started working on that. I think we've talked to the Cherokee Nation Higher Education as well. We're kind of sharing that we're two separate entities now. And I think that's really important to make clear to our constituents. Actually, so we have actually put something in the bottom of our website, actually. Anything else?
That's good. We will continue to have a report monthly until we get more acquainted with the program.
I would like
know
that
some of
very
the
much.
council members are just now getting the orientation, what the foundation and the scholarship program, trying to coordinate and work together with those. A little bit of confusion. There's some of the students in the past that if they applied for Cherokee Education Foundation, then they thought they were applying for the Cherokee Nation Higher Ed Scholarship. So there's some little confusion there, but I'm glad we're having this report. But I want to go ahead and request that you submit your report in writing as well next time. And for the sake of time, we appreciate your report. I'm not really good at going into somebody else's time like these other committee chairs did. So with that, if you would give your report in writing next time, really appreciate it.
I sent you. Sorry.
Okay. Any other questions? Speaker.
Mr. Denny, if you could get with Shelley, then we can get your report in the book.
It is in the book.
Oh, I mean, this one is, this one, the additional one, I think it's 10 days before, right, is when you make the book. So if you can get this additional one
Yeah, just
ready,
communicate.
then we'll stick that in there
Okay.
too. Okay?
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sure thing. Thank you.
Motion.
Old business, none pending. New business, none pending. Any announcements? Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion, second for adjournment, Shelley. Walker, Stitt, and Darby.
Aye.
Next meeting will be Monday, September 16th at noon if possible.
All in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? We are adjourned.
Shelley.
We got 5 minutes. What? About 5 minutes. We gotta get this sucker roll out, Dave. You gotta make moves.
Yours now.
I give services that are given to